Hello friends. Have you ever wondered how Libra, the sign of charm, balance, and romance, meshes with the other zodiac signs in the bedroom? Well, get ready, because we're about to break down Libra's sexual chemistry with every sign. Libras are ruled by Venus, the planet of love and pleasure, which means they bring an elegant, sensual, and deeply romantic energy to intimacy. But does that always work in their favor? Let's find out. Libra Aries, fire meets air in explosive passion. Libra and Aries are like two dancers with completely different styles, one moves with precision and grace, while the other bursts onto the dance floor with raw energy and unfiltered passion. This contrast creates an intense, almost electric attraction, but whether they move in sync or trip over each other depends entirely on how they navigate their differences. Aries is a fire sign, ruled by Mars, the planet of action, aggression, and desire. This gives Aries a primal, almost instinctive approach to sex. They want heat, intensity, and immediate gratification. Libra, on the other hand, is an air sign ruled by Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and refinement. For Libra, sex is not just about the act, it's about the atmosphere, the chemistry, and the artistry of seduction. When these two come together, the result is nothing short of explosive. Aries brings the fire, the urgency, and the excitement, while Libra provides the charm, the teasing, and the slow, intoxicating buildup. Aries thrives on passion and directness, while Libra enjoys a flirtatious game of cat and mouse, where anticipation is just as thrilling as the act itself. This dynamic can lead to incredible chemistry. Aries ignites the spark, and Libra fans the flames. However, Aries' impulsive nature may sometimes clash with Libra's desire for balance and harmony. Libra enjoys being pursued, but they also appreciate being romanced. Aries, on the other hand, prefers a more straightforward approach, which can sometimes make Libra feel rushed or overwhelmed. For their sexual connection to truly thrive, Aries needs to learn the art of seduction, not just passion, but the slow, deliberate dance that Libra craves. Libra, in turn, must be willing to embrace Aries' wild side, letting go of overthinking and diving headfirst into the intensity that Aries offers. When these two find their rhythm, their intimacy becomes an intoxicating mix of fire and air, a storm of passion, unpredictability, and undeniable attraction. The key to success. Aries must slow down and appreciate the pleasure of anticipation, while Libra should surrender to the thrill of spontaneity. If they manage this delicate balance, every encounter can feel like the first time, raw, exhilarating, and utterly unforgettable. Libra Taurus, sensual but slow-burning. Libra and Taurus share a ruling planet, Venus, which means their sexual connection is infused with beauty, romance, and an appreciation for pleasure in its purest form. However, while they are both lovers of luxury, touch, and sensuality, they approach intimacy in very different ways. Taurus, an earth sign, is deeply physical and rooted in the senses. They want to feel, taste, and savor every moment, making sex a slow and indulgent experience. Libra, as an air sign, is more mentally driven. While they love the physical aspects of intimacy, they also crave emotional and intellectual stimulation to truly immerse themselves in the moment. The bedroom dynamic between these two is one of elegance and seduction. Picture a scene straight out of a classic romance film, candlelight flickering, soft music playing, silk sheets draped over bare skin. Taurus enjoys lingering foreplay, passionate kisses, and deep, grounding touch, while Libra thrives on flirtation, playfulness, and a perfectly curated atmosphere. Their lovemaking is neither rushed nor reckless, it's a sensual masterpiece, with every touch, glance, and whisper carefully placed. However, the challenge in this pairing lies in the speed at which they operate. Taurus, being a fixed earth sign, is slow-moving and deeply rooted in routine, while Libra is changeable, always seeking balance, variety, and new experiences. Taurus might find Libra's indecisiveness frustrating. One moment, Libra craves deep passion, and the next, they're lost in their thoughts, overanalyzing the situation. Libra, in turn, might feel that Taurus is too predictable or resistant to change, making the sexual connection feel a bit too structured at times. If they can find a rhythm that works for both of them, this pairing can offer a rich and deeply fulfilling sexual bond. Libra must learn to appreciate Taurus' steady and devoted nature, understanding that their slow and deliberate approach is an expression of care and affection. Taurus, in return, should embrace Libra's need for variety and romance, occasionally breaking away from routine to introduce spontaneity into their intimacy. When these two are in sync, their sexual encounters are luxurious, indulgent, and dripping with passion. They may not have the same level of wild excitement as some other pairings, but what they lack in impulsiveness, they make up for in depth, longevity, and unwavering devotion. If Taurus can be more open to change and Libra can ground themselves in the present moment, their sexual connection will be an exquisite blend of physical pleasure and romantic fantasy, one that neither will ever want to end. Libra-Gemini, a playful, flirtatious connection. When Libra and Gemini come together in the bedroom, it's an electrifying fusion of wit, charm, and endless curiosity. Both air signs, they approach intimacy with a light-hearted and intellectual energy that keeps things fun, spontaneous, and unpredictable. For them, sex isn't just about physical pleasure, it's a game, a dance, an ongoing conversation where seduction happens as much with words as it does with touch. Libra brings an elegant, romantic touch to the connection, turning even the simplest encounters into an experience of beauty and refinement. Meanwhile, Gemini infuses playfulness, mischief, and a sense of adventure, ensuring that things never become stale. What makes this pairing so exciting is their shared love for variety and mental stimulation. Libra enjoys the art of seduction, lingering eye contact, whispered flirtations, and perfectly orchestrated moments of desire, while Gemini thrives on unpredictability, constantly changing things up and introducing new ideas. Sex between these two can feel like an exhilarating roller coaster, full of teasing, laughter, and experimental twists that keep them both on their toes. Unlike more intense or emotionally heavy connections, Libra and Gemini don't need deep, soul-consuming passion to feel satisfied. They thrive on the excitement of the chase, the rush of a well-placed compliment, and the thrill of knowing that no two nights will ever be exactly the same. However, this breezy, flirtatious connection comes with its challenges. Since both signs tend to stay in the realm of ideas and intellectual attraction, their physical intimacy can sometimes lack depth. While they have no problem keeping things fun and engaging, they may struggle to form a truly profound or emotionally charged sexual bond. Libra, with its Venusian influence, secretly craves romance, connection, and a certain level of commitment to make sex feel meaningful. Gemini, ruled by Mercury, tends to be more detached, constantly seeking stimulation but often avoiding emotional intensity. This can leave Libra feeling like something is missing, while Gemini may find Libra's need for balance and harmony a bit restricting. To make this pairing work on a deeper level, Libra needs to embrace Gemini's ever-changing nature and allow themselves to enjoy the spontaneity without always seeking structure. Meanwhile, Gemini should recognize that true intimacy doesn't always come from novelty, it can also be found in moments of stillness, eye contact, and a lingering touch. If they can tap into that, their sexual connection transforms from playful and flirtatious to deeply satisfying, blending passion, romance, and an unbreakable mental and physical bond. When these two truly connect, their love life becomes a masterpiece of exploration, one filled with endless discoveries, whispered secrets, and a chemistry that never fades. Libra-Cancer, a clash of love languages. Libra and Cancer may be drawn to each other like two souls craving connection, but when it comes to sex, their differences can either create a beautifully tender experience or a frustrating mismatch of needs. Libra, ruled by Venus, is all about charm, beauty, and the aesthetics of love. They thrive on flirtation, romance, and creating the perfect ambience for intimacy. Cancer, ruled by the Moon, seeks depth, emotional security, and an unshakable sense of trust before fully opening up in bed. These two approach sex in fundamentally different ways. Libra sees it as an art form, while Cancer views it as an emotional bond. If they can navigate these differences, they can unlock a slow-burning, deeply nurturing passion, but if not, they might struggle to satisfy each other. At its best, this pairing creates a sensual, deeply intimate connection where both partners feel cherished and adored. Libra brings grace, elegance, and a sense of refined romance to the relationship, ensuring that every moment feels special. They'll light the candles, pick the perfect music, and create an atmosphere of sheer seduction. Cancer, in turn, offers an unmatched level of emotional depth, making every touch, kiss, and embrace feel profoundly meaningful. When Cancer feels safe and nurtured, they become one of the most passionate and devoted lovers in the zodiac, offering a level of intimacy that Libra may not have realized they needed. However, despite their potential for tenderness and passion, their differences can sometimes lead to misunderstandings. Libra's love of flirtation and social charm can make Cancer feel insecure, as they crave emotional exclusivity and reassurance. Cancer might misinterpret Libra's playfulness as a lack of seriousness, while Libra may feel suffocated by Cancer's emotional intensity. In the bedroom, Cancer seeks deep, soulful connection, while Libra enjoys a more light-hearted, sensual experience. Libra wants seduction and excitement, while Cancer desires vulnerability and complete emotional surrender. This contrast can create tension. Libra might struggle to provide the level of depth Cancer craves, while Cancer may feel that Libra is too focused on aesthetics and not enough on raw emotion. For this pairing to thrive sexually, Libra must be willing to slow down and embrace emotional depth, allowing themselves to be fully present rather than getting caught up in the external details. Cancer, on the other hand, needs to recognize that not all expressions of love need to be deeply intense. Sometimes, a playful touch or a flirtatious glance can hold just as much meaning as whispered confessions in the dark. If they learn to meet each other halfway, they can create a sexual bond that is both nurturing and exhilarating, blending Cancer's emotional devotion with Libra's romantic finesse. When these two truly connect, their intimacy becomes something rare, a balance of deep emotional fulfillment and sensual delight, where every moment together feels both comforting and exhilarating. Libra-Leo, the ultimate power couple in bed. When Libra's elegance collides with Leo's bold, fiery confidence, the result is pure electricity. This is the kind of sexual connection that exudes passion, glamour, and high-energy seduction. Think grand romantic gestures, heated stares across a crowded room, and an unspoken challenge of who will make the first move. Libra, ruled by Venus, knows how to cultivate desire through teasing and anticipation, while Leo, ruled by the Sun, takes center stage with raw charisma and an insatiable hunger for admiration. Together, they create an intoxicating sexual dynamic that feels like a scene straight out of a classic Hollywood love affair. For Leo, sex is a performance, an arena where they can showcase their passion, strength, and dominance. They crave adoration, longing to be worshipped and appreciated for their raw magnetism. Fortunately, Libra is more than happy to play along, flattering, seducing, and skillfully elevating Leo's ego with just the right touch of charm. Libra, ever the refined lover, adds elegance to their encounters, making every kiss feel intentional and every touch like a carefully curated masterpiece. With these two, sex isn't just about physical pleasure, it's an art form, an experience, a spectacle meant to be savored. But while this pairing has all the makings of a legendary romance, their power dynamics can sometimes create friction. Leo naturally wants to take the lead, to dominate, and to set the pace. Libra, however, values equality and prefers a delicate balance where both partners have their moments in control. If Leo becomes too commanding, Libra may start to feel like a supporting character in Leo's show rather than a co-star. On the other hand, if Libra hesitates too much, their indecisiveness might frustrate Leo, who thrives on certainty and confidence. To make this pairing work in the long run, Leo must recognize that seduction is a two-way street, and sometimes letting Libra take charge can add even more excitement to their connection. Libra, in turn, should embrace Leo's fiery nature, allowing themselves to be swept away by the intensity without overanalyzing every move. When they find their rhythm, their sex life becomes a perfect balance of passion and romance, a playful, theatrical, and deeply satisfying experience where no night is ever dull. If they can take turns leading and following, their connection will remain just as thrilling as the first time they locked eyes across the room. Libra-Virgo, a surprising mix of sensuality precision. At first glance, Libra and Virgo seem like an unlikely sexual match. Virgo, ruled by Mercury, is analytical, precise, and detail-oriented, while Libra, ruled by Venus, is romantic, flirtatious, and led by desire. Virgo prefers a slow, calculated approach to intimacy, making sure everything is just right before surrendering to passion. Libra, on the other hand, enjoys the beauty of seduction, the soft lighting, the subtle touches, the perfect mix of mystery and romance. But while they may have different styles in the bedroom, this contrast can actually create an unexpectedly fulfilling connection, blending Virgo's attentiveness with Libra's effortless charm. Virgo's meticulous nature extends into the bedroom, where they are patient, observant, and deeply invested in their partner's pleasure. They take their time learning what makes Libra tick, treating every encounter as an opportunity for refinement and mastery. Libra, with their natural grace and romantic sensibilities, brings a layer of softness and sensuality that helps Virgo loosen up and embrace pleasure in a way they might not normally allow themselves to. This creates a dynamic where Virgo provides the skill and precision, while Libra brings the playfulness and passion, an unexpectedly harmonious blend of head and heart. However, the challenges in this pairing stem from their fundamental differences in how they approach intimacy. Virgo, with their perfectionist tendencies, may sometimes overthink things in bed, making the experience feel too structured or rehearsed. Libra, who thrives on spontaneity and charm, might find Virgo's critical nature a bit stifling, especially if Virgo offers too much feedback instead of simply surrendering to the moment. On the flip side, Virgo might struggle with Libra's indecisiveness. Libra enjoys being pursued but also hesitates when it comes to making firm decisions about what they want, which can frustrate Virgo, who prefers clarity and directness. For this pairing to reach its full potential, Virgo needs to learn to relax and let go of their need for perfection, allowing themselves to simply enjoy the flow of intimacy rather than constantly analyzing it. Libra, in turn, should recognize Virgo's depth and attentiveness as a form of devotion rather than criticism, embracing the patience and care Virgo brings to their connection. When these two truly understand each other, their sexual bond becomes something rare, an exquisite balance of skill and seduction, precision and passion, logic and desire. If they can meet in the middle, what starts as an unlikely match can evolve into a deeply satisfying and surprisingly erotic partnership. Libra, a mirror of pleasure and beauty. When two Libras come together in the bedroom, it's like stepping into a dream. Every detail is soft, elegant, and intentionally curated to create the perfect ambience. This is a relationship where seduction is an art form, and both partners know exactly how to tease, flirt, and build anticipation with effortless grace. Ruled by Venus, the planet of love and beauty, Libra sees sex as an experience that should be both aesthetically pleasing and emotionally fulfilling. Together, two Libras create a world where romance is never rushed, every touch feels deliberate, and the chemistry is as much about the mind as it is about the body. What makes this pairing so special is their mutual understanding of pleasure. Both partners value foreplay as much as the act itself, reveling in slow, lingering kisses, featherlight touches, and whispered sweet nothings that make the experience feel like something out of a classic romance film. They instinctively know how to make each other feel desired, which leads to an incredibly sensual and harmonious connection. Everything from the lighting to the music to the softness of the sheets is carefully considered. After all, for Libra, the environment is just as important as the act itself. This is a pairing where intimacy feels like a beautifully choreographed dance, with both partners perfectly in sync. However, the biggest challenge for two Libras in bed is their mutual hesitation. Both are natural pleasers, meaning they may focus so much on making their partner happy that they forget to express their own desires. This can lead to a lack of raw, uninhibited passion. Both might be waiting for the other to take the lead, resulting in moments of indecision. Who makes the first move? Who takes control? While the connection is undeniably smooth and elegant, it can sometimes lack the primal intensity that other signs bring into the bedroom. There's also a tendency for both partners to avoid conflict, meaning they may shy away from exploring deeper, more intense desires for fear of disrupting their delicate harmony. To truly unlock the full potential of their sexual connection, Libra and Libra need to embrace spontaneity. They must be willing to let go of the need for perfection and surrender to the unpredictability of passion. If they can step outside their comfort zones and allow raw emotion to take over, their sex life transforms from merely beautiful to utterly unforgettable. By learning to take turns leading and following, they create a dynamic that is both tender and thrilling. When they get it right, their connection is nothing short of magical, a romance filled with poetry, elegance, and an intoxicating mix of pleasure and devotion. Libra Scorpio, dark, mysterious, and addictive. Libra and Scorpio in bed. Think of it as the perfect blend of seduction and intensity, where charm meets raw, unfiltered passion. This pairing is a fusion of light and dark, pleasure and power, grace and obsession. Libra, ruled by Venus, brings sophistication, elegance, and a flirtatious charm that captivates Scorpio instantly. Scorpio, ruled by Pluto and Mars, is magnetic, intense, and deeply sexual, drawing Libra into a world of irresistible mystery and depth. Together, these two create a dynamic that is both intoxicating and unpredictable, an affair that feels like stepping into a forbidden love story. Scorpio thrives on control, power, and deep emotional connection in the bedroom. They don't just want physical pleasure, they want to own their partner's soul, to push them past their limits and explore the depths of intimacy that most people fear to touch. Libra, on the other hand, enjoys the thrill of the chase, the seduction, the perfect build-up of tension before surrendering to desire. While Libra prefers to keep things light and balanced, they secretly crave a partner who can break through their polished exterior and show them a more primal, uninhibited side of passion. And Scorpio? They are more than happy to be that partner. The chemistry between these two is undeniable. Scorpio loves to dominate, and Libra enjoys being pursued, making for some electrifying encounters. However, the intensity that makes this pairing so thrilling can also become overwhelming. Scorpio's depth can be all-consuming, demanding emotional nakedness in a way that Libra isn't always ready for. Libra values harmony and may struggle with Scorpio's possessiveness, secrecy, or need for complete emotional control. Scorpio, in turn, may find Libra's charm and flirtatious nature frustrating, especially if they feel their Libra partner is being too detached or playing games instead of fully surrendering. For this sexual connection to reach its highest potential, Libra must be willing to explore the depths of emotion that Scorpio craves, allowing themselves to be truly vulnerable rather than keeping things surface level. Scorpio, on the other hand, must respect Libra's need for balance and avoid overwhelming them with intensity too soon. If they can find a way to navigate their differences, their encounters become nothing short of transformative, deep, sensual, and utterly addictive. At its best, this pairing is like a dance between shadow and light, where Scorpio teaches Libra the power of raw emotion, and Libra reminds Scorpio of the beauty of romance and playfulness. When they surrender to the fire between them, their sexual connection becomes legendary, a passionate, hypnotic experience that neither will ever forget. Libra Sagittarius, adventurous and unpredictable. When Libra and Sagittarius collide in the bedroom, sparks fly in a whirlwind of passion, laughter, and spontaneous adventure. This is a pairing that thrives on excitement, never dull, never routine, and always full of surprises. Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter, is the ultimate risk-taker, an untamed spirit who craves the thrill of the unknown. Libra, ruled by Venus, is the smooth-talking romantic who knows exactly how to set the mood with charm, elegance, and just the right amount of seduction. Together, these two create a sexual dynamic that is light-hearted yet deeply satisfying, blending fiery passion with irresistible playfulness. Sex between Libra and Sagittarius is anything but predictable. Sagittarius brings a wild, uninhibited energy that keeps Libra on their toes, always wondering what's next. Whether it's an impromptu getaway, an exciting new setting, or a daring new experience, Sagittarius keeps things fresh and exhilarating. Libra, on the other hand, adds a touch of refinement, ensuring that every moment feels intentional, beautiful, and laced with romance. They are natural-born flirts, turning every interaction into a tantalizing game of seduction. This creates a relationship where sex is not just physical, it's a full sensory experience, filled with teasing, laughter, and an ever-present sense of adventure. However, this free-spirited connection comes with challenges. Sagittarius is fiercely independent and hates feeling tied down, which can make Libra, who craves partnership and connection, feel neglected or unimportant. While Libra loves spontaneity, they also need a sense of stability and reassurance in their relationships. If Sagittarius gets too caught up in their own pursuits, Libra may feel like they're constantly chasing a partner who refuses to be caught. On the other hand, Sagittarius might find Libra's desire for romance and balance a little excessive, preferring passion in the moment rather than carefully curated seduction. For this sexual connection to reach its full potential, Sagittarius must be mindful of Libra's need for emotional closeness, while Libra should embrace the excitement that comes with Sagittarius' unpredictable nature. If they can find a way to keep things adventurous while still nurturing their bond, their sex life will be nothing short of exhilarating, a perfect mix of playful teasing, wild passion, and an unbreakable sense of freedom. When they get it right, Libra and Sagittarius create an experience that feels like a never-ending honeymoon, full of laughter, passion, and the kind of love that makes life feel like an adventure. Libra-Capricorn, a battle between structure and seduction. Libra and Capricorn are an unlikely but fascinating pair, a case of effortless charm meeting quiet strength, of playful seduction clashing with unwavering control. Libra, ruled by Venus, is a lover of beauty, pleasure, and romance, always seeking balance and harmony in relationships. Capricorn, ruled by Saturn, is disciplined, reserved, and deeply focused, often approaching intimacy with a sense of purpose rather than spontaneity. At first glance, these two may seem too different to truly connect in the bedroom, but if they can find common ground, their sexual chemistry can be one of slow-burning, irresistible desire. Libra is all about the art of seduction, the flirtatious glances, the carefully chosen words, the intoxicating mix of charm and mystery. Capricorn, on the other hand, is not one to be easily swayed by sweet talk and fleeting moments of passion. They are deliberate, cautious, and often take their time before fully opening up to a partner. But here's the secret: beneath Capricorn's composed exterior lies an intensity that, once unlocked, can be breathtakingly passionate. Libra has the ability to bring out this hidden side of Capricorn, teasing, coaxing, and slowly breaking down their walls until Capricorn surrenders completely. The challenge in this pairing lies in their differing approaches to intimacy. Libra is playful, light-hearted, and spontaneous, while Capricorn values consistency, depth, and a sense of control. Libra may feel that Capricorn is too serious, too structured, or even emotionally distant at times, while Capricorn might view Libra as too indecisive or overly focused on surface-level attraction. Capricorn craves depth and loyalty, while Libra thrives on variety and social connection, which can create moments of tension in their dynamic. If Libra flirts too much or seeks validation outside the relationship, Capricorn's trust issues may surface, leading to a power struggle that dampens their passion. To make this connection work, Libra must learn to appreciate Capricorn's depth and patience, recognizing that Capricorn's reserved nature does not mean a lack of desire, it simply means their passion is earned, not given freely. Meanwhile, Capricorn needs to embrace Libra's playfulness and spontaneity, allowing themselves to let go of rigid expectations and enjoy the thrill of the moment. When these two find their rhythm, their sex life transforms into something truly special, a blend of discipline and desire, structure and seduction, stability and excitement. It's a connection that may take time to build, but once established, it becomes a bond that is both deeply satisfying and undeniably powerful. Libra-Aquarius, unconventional and electrifying. When Libra and Aquarius come together in the bedroom, expect an experience that is anything but ordinary. These two air signs share a natural chemistry that is both mentally and physically exhilarating. Their connection isn't just about physical attraction, it's about stimulation on every level. Conversations turn into seduction, ideas fuel passion, and every encounter feels fresh, exciting, and a little unpredictable. Libra, ruled by Venus, thrives on romance, elegance, and sensuality, while Aquarius, ruled by Uranus, is all about breaking the rules, pushing boundaries, and exploring the unconventional. Together, they create a dynamic that is playful, spontaneous, and completely electrifying. Sex between Libra and Aquarius is never routine. Aquarius has a rebellious, experimental streak and is always up for trying something new, which keeps Libra intrigued and engaged. Whether it's introducing unexpected surprises, unconventional settings, or deep, mind-stimulating foreplay, Aquarius ensures that the passion never feels stagnant. Libra, on the other hand, brings a sense of beauty and refinement to their intimacy, making every moment feel intentional and aesthetically pleasing. Their flirtation is effortless, their teasing playful, and their attraction undeniable. It's an energy that flows naturally, making every encounter feel like an adventure waiting to unfold. However, where they shine in excitement and exploration, they might struggle in emotional depth. Aquarius is notorious for being emotionally detached, preferring to intellectualize feelings rather than dive deep into them. Libra, while also an air sign that values logic, still craves emotional closeness and a sense of romance that Aquarius may not always prioritize. This can leave Libra feeling like something is missing, longing for deeper intimacy while Aquarius is content to keep things light and free-spirited. Aquarius, in turn, may find Libra's need for balance and harmony a bit restrictive, feeling like they are being pulled into a more traditional approach to love and sex when they'd rather explore without limits. To make this connection truly thrive, Libra must embrace Aquarius' need for independence and adventure, allowing themselves to let go of traditional expectations and enjoy the spontaneous nature of their connection. Aquarius, in return, needs to recognize that emotional intimacy doesn't have to mean losing their freedom, it can actually deepen the connection and make their sexual encounters even more powerful. If they can keep the passion alive while finding a way to meet in the middle emotionally, this relationship becomes an ever-evolving, exhilarating, and deeply fulfilling experience, one that keeps them both coming back for more. Libra-Pisces, a dreamy, fantastical connection. When Libra and Pisces come together, their sexual connection feels like something out of a romantic fantasy, a blend of soft whispers, deep emotions, and a sense of otherworldly magic. Both ruled by love-driven planets Libra by Venus and Pisces by Neptune, they share an innate appreciation for beauty, passion, and romance. Libra brings elegance and charm to the experience, while Pisces adds depth, intuition, and an almost mystical level of emotional connection. Together, they create a dreamlike intimacy where reality seems to fade away, leaving only the intoxicating sensation of their bond. For Pisces, sex is an emotional and spiritual experience, a way to merge souls and express love beyond words. They approach intimacy with tenderness, depth, and an almost poetic quality that Libra finds incredibly alluring. Libra, on the other hand, knows how to craft the perfect romantic setting, ensuring that every touch, glance, and kiss is drenched in seduction. Their chemistry is soft, fluid, and effortlessly passionate, with both partners eager to please and make their connection feel like something truly special. It's the kind of relationship where intimacy isn't just about physical pleasure, it's about creating an emotional and sensual masterpiece. However, their biggest challenge comes from their differing emotional needs. Pisces is deeply sensitive and feels everything on an almost cosmic level, while Libra prefers to keep things light, balanced, and harmonious. Pisces can sometimes get lost in their emotions, craving a depth of connection that Libra may find overwhelming. Libra, in turn, might feel like they have to constantly reassure Pisces or navigate emotional waters that feel too intense. If Pisces becomes too clingy or moody, Libra may retreat, seeking space to restore their sense of balance. On the other hand, if Libra seems too detached or unwilling to fully surrender to their emotions, Pisces might feel unfulfilled, longing for a deeper connection. To make this pairing work, Libra must embrace Pisces' emotional depth rather than shy away from it, recognizing that true passion comes from vulnerability and surrender. Pisces, in turn, should allow Libra the space they need to maintain their sense of balance without taking it personally. If they can learn to appreciate their differences, their sexual connection becomes something truly extraordinary, a dreamy, poetic, and deeply sensual bond that feels like stepping into a love story written by the stars. When they get it right, their passion is pure magic, a perfect blend of fantasy and reality that neither will ever want to wake up from. Final thoughts: who is Libra's best sexual match? Libra has the ability to connect with almost any sign due to their natural charm and adaptability. If they crave deep passion, Scorpio might be their best match. If they want playful excitement, Gemini or Sagittarius are ideal. For a balanced, luxurious experience, Taurus or Leo could be perfect. Ultimately, the best sexual connection for Libra depends on whether they seek romance, excitement, or emotional depth. Which sign do you think is Libra's ultimate match? Let's hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out our other videos on zodiac compatibility.